next speaker is all business when it comes to role-playing and getting the most out of any team. It is time to generate even more income by learning how any business can get a better ROI and greater customer satisfaction. A perfect fit for Money Monday. She only goes by one name, too. Please welcome CSP Pegine.
Pegine, our Pegine, our Pegine, our Pegine, Pegine, our Pegine, our Pegine, our Pegine.
Wow! You know you like it. We are in D.C., capital of the United States of America. And there are people in this audience who were sacrificed, who served, who put their lives on the line for us. If you served in the Vietnam War, would you please stand? If you served in Vietnam, please don't sit down. Do not sit down. You never received the thank you for all you did and all you sacrificed on behalf of all of us and the rest of everyone in the country. Welcome home. Thank you for your service. And now you could all sit down because now I have 4 minutes. What I do is serious. What Team Pegine does is serious. And when business is serious, they call us for our role players. Our role players, we create situational training exercises. We have 50 role players. We serve 2,000 officers from the United States and 21 allies. What does this mean to you? What is role playing? Have you ever gone on a hot seat where you were, did you ever take a hot seat or seen it here at NSA, yay or nay? And the hot seat comes up and they want to be critiqued, coached, and transformed. Situational training exercises are hot seat experiences in the extreme. It's when people, profits, and lives are at stake. It's those moments that we create to push, prod, and provoke so that people can say, I can do this. I have influence. I have confidence. So what does that mean to you? How do you ensure that you can do this in your business? If you offer coaching right now, if you have a strategy for leadership right now, how about considering being bold, being big, being brash, and saying, I don't know. I want you to come and I'm going to push you, provoke you, and I'm going to be the coach. We hear everybody talking about the sports coaches. Well, sports coaches have assistant coaches. Sports coaches have offense coaches. How about you, instead of it being all about you, that you create scenarios about the products that you have, scenarios that push them and provoke them. Role players are trained professionals, trained to emulate a situation that scares the bejesus, no pun intended, out of them. It's for those moments where you say you do customer service. How about pushing them and making them feel uncomfortable about offering customer service? When Jacksonville Airport Authority hired us. The Super Bowl was coming. They wanted customer service. But after 5 years, all employees, vendors were tad uncomfortable and tired of it. You know what I mean? You hear about it, you hear about it. We brought in 32 role players to train 2,000 people to get them excited in 2 weeks for the Super Bowl. We needed to push them and let them know how to take care when Paris Hilton came and how to watch and protect them. We had to make sure that when people from our government were coming, how to protect them. And we needed to smile and offer extreme customer service, even though we really didn't want to. Role-playing scenarios allow you to scale, allow you to create systematic, strategic scenarios that let them infuse what you do. In 47 seconds, I can't share everything of how to do it, but in my workshop this afternoon, I'll tell you how to sell it, do it, find the casting directors, find your role players, and implement it in your business. Is that okay? Say yay or nay. Are you ready? Are you ready to be able to charge over $1.8 million for your work? Yes or no? Are you ready to have corporations, Fortune 100, calling you saying, I want to put my senior leader through your coaching program with your role players because we're afraid he's going to cost us $1 million in lawsuits. Is that good for you? Yay. When that's $1 million of lawsuits potential, who do they want to pay to save them? That's right. They could call me or you, and we could share proceeds. If you want to learn how to do this, do it. Don't let your clients suffer. Don't just talk to them. Coach them and reach over 32,000 of their employees. You can do it. If I can do it, really? If I can do it, I know you can do it. Thank you.
Join me now for Executive Perspectives.
Hey, baby boy.
Hey. Oh, I love NSA, you know? Let me talk to you about role-playing. What is role-playing in a business sense?
So role-playing in a business sense is giving an opportunity for either an executive, an individual executive high level, or for a team, for instance, all managers, to go through a process where they're going to be pushed, prodded, and provoked so that those emotions that stop them from closing deals, for engaging people well, for having influence, is eliminated. Because when people actually feel the pain and they hear the feedback of, when you did this, this is what happened to me.
So is that different? When I was the chief marketing officer at Kodak, I used to go to Best Buy, put on a blue shirt, and actually sell inkjet printers in the store. Is that what we're talking about?
No.
Okay.
This is, you're the CMO, and you're coming to us to be hired because the way that you've been presenting lately has affected and has had a lot of your employees upset.
So in the way that a lot of people would describe me sometimes as a Mack truck, you're saying that is an effective communication style?
It depends who you're selling to. The world is changing. And so what our clients want our leaders to motivate and inspire in a diverse world. So the clients that they were selling before look different now. Mm-hmm. The clients that their employees look different now. So just because you think that's the right way may not be the same thing for me.
So in essence, being able to put on the jacket of Hispanic or of another culture or minority?
No, it'll be you coming to talk to Hispanic and you trying to play off and say, "Oh, I love tacos." And I would be your role player and say, "I'm Puerto Rican. We don't eat tacos."
Okay. Makes sense. So
why is that important?
Yeah, because I'd like to know if CEOs are really buying into this. I mean, I get it as a marketer, but are the CEOs buying into it?
Well, the CEOs are buying into this because the CEOs have had some painful moments for themselves.
Give me an example.
Thank you. So one of our, and I can't mention the clients because they wouldn't want.
Well, no one's listening.
Yeah. So some of our biggest clients, we have General Motors, we have Sodexo, we have Walmart, we have some major.
Not to mention a few.
But not those executives.
Yeah.
The executive I'm going to talk to you is from another company, big, different company. But one of the things that was happening is even though he was a champion for women's leadership.
Which you see a lot in companies. So
Right.
like, I was a champion for gay, lesbian, and transgendered individuals in our company. So a lot of executives step in and do that role.
Right.
But you're
What
saying that
happens is
he was
sometimes-
doing a similar kind of role?
He was doing the similar kind of role, but he went to make a presentation. He was going to introduce his favorite female leader. She was phenomenal. And he said, and I want to introduce to you the princess. His intention was not of
Was pure. It was a pure thought.
It was, he thought he was honoring her. How it was received was exactly how an audience might receive. They might go, oh, like, oh no, he didn't. So he called us up to take me through the paces. Push me, prod me, let me get defensive, let me get upset, let me get angry, so that I know when it's time, when it's really on the line, that I know how to say what I need to say so I'm authentic and related.
Is your job to cause tension in order not to have tension?
My job is to make them really uncomfortable, really cause tension, because in high stakes situations where there's high stakes and high rewards, tension exists, and if they don't know how to manage it, it will affect big business. It will affect people's lives. It can lose major contracts.
So I know you're a professional speaker. I've seen you at the National Speakers Association. And on the stage, you practice. Do executives need to do this as part of their learning to deal with different populations and different individuals?
Absolutely. And I'll say, you saw some videos, and you know that we work a lot with the military. The military invests in this so that their officers practice.
So that's a very diverse population they're having to deal with out in the field, right?
Out in the field. So it can cause international crisis. But the same thing happens in business, at least at the level that we work. If an executive or a team of executives go in and say one wrong thing, or think what they think is funny, but is not received that way, that is costing millions of dollars in business. And guess what?
What?
They'll never know.
So how does a company know they need to do this?
Well, a couple of reasons is somebody's gotten in trouble,
Okay.
and they're going, we've got a problem.
That's usually the wrong reason to do it.
It's a wrong reason. I don't care. Personally, I don't care if it's a wrong reason or right time, as long as you call me up.
Well, I get that that's beneficial for your business, but for a business, what's stopping them from being forward-thinking about this? I get it when Donald Trump's put his foot in his mouth and has to need help coaching himself to get back out of it. But what about a business that wants to be forward-thinking? What's stopping them from doing this?
The forward-thinking companies are not stopping. The forward-thinking companies are saying, we know that things are changing, numbers are changing, opportunities are changing, and so they're investing in it. A major automotive company, not the one I mentioned before, is opening big services in Africa, for instance. They're investing in this so that their leaders, when they go to build coalitions and collaboratives within the communities, are prepared. And one of the things is these people may have been doing service in Latin America, and what worked there may not work in Africa.
Right.
And so they need the help, and they'll invest in it.
So give me an idea what these sessions look like, and then how emotional do these, because I've actually been in some of these scenarios, how emotional does it actually get?
I will say that my clients lovingly call it the Pegine puke experience. We push, our job is to make them totally uncomfortable. It's what they want us to do.
Is that where the growth comes?
Yes.
So by moving past the point of where it's not comfortable, it's really uncomfortable, gets us to understand and put ourselves better in those particular shoes?
Right, because what happens is they get uncomfortable. We're pushing them. They're getting uncomfortable. They're facing some of their biases that they have. They're facing some of the fears that they have. A lot of these people sometimes have this face, on this and on that. But when we're pushing and prodding, what is revealed is their true fears, their true concerns. And that can't show up when it's big deals, big opportunities, and makes a difference in people's lives. Scale. That can't show up. So they want, can I give you an example?
Absolutely.
When a company is going in to do a pitch, you're a CMO, and you're going to do a pitch. Every year they've done this pitch for business to this other big company. The people sitting in front of them, they've always been Joe, George, Frank. They've always known how to pitch, the jokes, the banter. They're going this year. And this year, that team has been replaced. All Joe retired. Now we have Shakira. Well, maybe not Shakira, but...
We have Jose, and we have
Jose.
many people of color, and so the game has changed. But it's always been that way, Pegine. We've always had people of color business. Are we just now finally just starting to see more of those people in higher levels?
Higher levels. What I'm talking about is not middle management. I'm talking senior level decision makers and buyers.
So what's moving that diversity that we're starting to see? Because, you know, when I had people reporting to me, you know, Fortune 100 companies, 76% of the people that reported to me were people of color, and actually white men, middle age, were actually, you know, endangered species in my particular department. But but that was because I chose to go out and really make it more diverse, because to represent the people or the population that we're selling to at that particular company. What's preventing companies from, you know, really putting their arms around this diversity and making it a bigger part?
Well, personally, too often we separate diversity as a separate entity when really it's about a sales, customer engagement, employee engagement process. Everybody is diverse. I wrote about that. I had a license program about white guys are diverse too. It's about understanding the connections that we each have so that we could move the needle forward. It's about also understanding that education has changed, so systems are all set up for college graduates, right? Senior level. Well, guess what? 60% of all college graduates are now women. Over 60% of all MBAs are going to women. So the organizations are set up to move people that have those degrees up rank. It's happening naturally, and you better be prepared for it.
It's a good point, and it's a changing world, and it's getting better and more diverse. So, hey, this is Jeffrey Hazlett, and it's been an Executive Perspectives brief on how to use role-playing to give you better ROI and increased customer satisfaction.